Welcome back to S.A.A. Chemistry Academy. Polytechnic TRB Chemistry la Unit number 10. Unit 10 Chemical Kinetics. Chemical Kinetics la sila questions I have given already. So on the questions discuss பண்ற மாதிரியான இந்த sessions இருக்கும். There are 4 questions I have taken here for the discussion. First, the rate of the reaction when EA is 0. That means the activation energy is 0. Activation energy 0 varda the rate of the reaction. These are the some important questions which we can expect for the examinations, so that I have taken for the discussion. So here this is the transition state theory. According to the transition state theory, the reactants, the energy against the reaction coordinate, the rate of the energy of the reactants and energy of the products. This is the activation energy, is the difference in energy between the transition state and the reactant is known as the activation energy. Activation energy is known. If the activation energy is 0, what will happen? We know that from the Arrhenius equations, if EA is 0, activation energy is 0, we know the rate. Rate A is equal to e power minus EA by RT. A is the frequency factor, e power EA by RT. If the EA is 0, activation energy is 0, e power 0 by RT, rate becomes e power 0 by RT. Then A rate is equal to frequency factor and e power 0. E power 0 is 1. So the rate will be equal to A. So rate will become equivalent to the frequency factor. That is the answer for this questions. Now we'll go to the next question. The next question I have given here is the failure of every collision with the sufficient collision energy. So collision theory la we have seen effective collisions irukku. Effective collisions, the failure of every collisions of sufficient collision energy to overcome the activation energy. So sufficient energy irukku, even though sufficient energy irundhalum the reaction will not happen, because we know that the failure is due to the orientation of the steric factor. The failure is due to the orientation of the steric factor. So proper orientation illa abdina, because the proper orientation is not there, the reaction, the product will not come to take place. So reaction வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா வந்து நடக்கிறதுக்கான வாய்ப்புகள் குறைவு. I'll go to the next question. This is the third question I have given. The rate constant at low pressure in the Linman mechanisms. At low pressure, when the rate is very low, the pressure is very low, at low pressures, what will happen to the rate constant in the Linman unimolecular reactions? This is the questions I have given there. For this question, we can discuss the answer here. This is the K observed. K observed is equal to K1 into K2 M. This is the mass concentration of the reactant, and A is the reaction. This is the reaction between M and A, and K2 plus this is the reversible of M. So this is the observed rate constant when at low pressures of M. So low pressure M வந்து very low concentrations la irundhuchina, M will be very negligible. So from K2 plus K minus 1, M is very negligible. Instead of this, we can take this K2 only, we can take it. So the observed K observed will become K1 K2 concentration of M into concentration of A divided by K2. These K2s will cancel each other. So the observed rate will become second order. At low pressure, we can show that the observed rate will become second order. I'll go to the second question, fourth question. This is the fourth question. A Hammett relationship do not apply to ortho-substituted aromatic rings because Hammett relations, we know that Hammett relations is the relationship between the rate constant, a ratio of rate constant of the substituted to the benzoic acid or any aromatic system with unsubstituted aromatics. If this relation is useful only for ortho and para and meta substitutions. If there is a ortho substitutions, Hammett equations applies for substitutions which are attached to meta and para positions. Para positions meta positions benzoic acids substituent இருந்தா மட்டும்தான் this Hammett equations can be applicable. But ortho position, if the substituent is in the ortho position, what will happen? So there is a steric crowding. Steric crowding இருக்கிறதுனால பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வந்து the electromeric effect, the electronic effect of the substituent will become less or more. So அதனோட effect வந்து will not be counted in this Hammett equations. Hammett equations will not give good results with the ortho substituents. So for the ortho position substitutions, we can't use Hammett equations, but we can use the Hammett equations for meta and para positions. So I have given 10 questions in that question paper. Now we have discussed 4 questions. The remaining questions we will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you.